wearing the same shirt as my last. Can people not record 2 videos in one day? Books that I wanted to talk about that I'm about to start reading. I've got my handy dandy Starbucks. It says thank you. Just went and got this. This is fresh. They didn't have the s'mores cold brew. Sad, but I had them make an iced espresso s'mores version of it. And this is probably gonna make me wired to the core, which I needed. It's like 5 p.m. and I know for some people that's crazy to drink coffee, but I can pretty much sleep through just about anything. I should be all right. And oh well, I guess I'll just have to stay up late and read some books throughout the night. Let's get started. So, books that I have to talk about. I actually am looking at my stack right now and I'm realizing that the one that I need to grab is all the way at the bottom. So, the next book that is on my list to read is Angel Down by Daniel Kraus. I think this is kind of like a historical fiction, which I haven't read one in a really long time, so I'm even more excited for it because of that reason. But it says that Private Cyril, we're off to a bad start. Cyril, I don't know, it's spelled weird, Bagger has managed to survive the unspeakable horrors of the Great War through his wits and deception, swindling fellow soldiers at every opportunity. But his survival instincts are to put the ultimate test when he and 4 other grunts are given a deadly mission: venture into the perilous no man's land to euthanize a wounded comrade, seemingly struck down by artillery fire. This celestial being may hold the key to ending the brutal conflict, but only if the soldiers can suppress their individual desires and work together. What they find amid the ruined battlefield, however, is not a man in need of mercy, but a fallen angel. The group is torn apart by their inner demons, threatening to turn their angelic encounter into a descent into hell. So it's got like historical fiction and a little bit of fantasy in there. If I see a book that says fallen angels in it, I'm picking it up. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I was 13, I read this very famous popular series at the time called Hush Hush. If you know, you know. And it's basically a romance series about a fallen angel. And it is so good. And I'm not ever going to reread it because of I don't want to ruin it in case it is actually really cringe and horrible. And I'm gonna go ahead and go with my gut that it actually was pretty good because I loved it, and I remember being like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I love fallen angel stuff now. You might recognize who this author is, and that is because he is the author of Whalefall that I just read. That book was fantastic. If you have not read that book yet, please, I'm begging you. It's really, really good. It's I kind of went into the details of it, so I won't go too deep into the details, but yeah, go check out my other video that I talk about what I read so far since like April, like 9 books that I've read since April, so check that out. But I wanted to read Angel Down by Daniel Kraus because a bunch of my friends on BookTube are reading this right now. They're also all in the Book Street Discord, so if you have not joined the Book Street Discord, please go join it. It is a fun time over there, okay? Then you get to pick up books like this and join some buddy reads. So I'm excited for that one. Reading it with friends, always a good time. Then, I am so excited for this one, and you guys are gonna be like, what is wrong with you? Like, why do you keep doing this? Like, what happened? It's another book called Whalefall, and listen, I told you in my last video, I am on a journey of coastal, dark, sort of vibes with atmospheric vibes along that nature. And this book, first of all, I am obsessed with this cover. Absolutely obsessed with this cover. But you would be correct in saying maybe get help, because why do you keep reading books called Whalefall? And I don't know. But Books Are Sick by Nick is a YouTube channel on here, and I'm sure that if you're really into books, then you know who he is. He's the one who was like raving about this book, and he was like, you gotta go pick it up. And I'm like, okay. So I did pick it up, and I think he got this as like a random find in a bookstore, and I usually like the books that he likes. Sometimes it's a hit or miss I almost said Taco Bell. Basically, it's a hit or miss over there. Today was a hit. The next book that I have from the library, so this would be the end of my library haul, The Murder at World's End. Now, everybody has been talking about this book in the Discord server, and I was like, what is the big deal? Like, what is the big deal here? And I mean, like, they're raving about it, the way that I rave about, like, some of my books that nobody has read yet. So get on it. I don't know what this is about. Ooh, hey, the inside looks so cool. Wait a minute. I haven't seen this before. They put the map inside of, like, the hardcover, like, I don't know what this is called. That's pretty cool. This is like a murder mystery, but I don't really know what kind of murder mystery. Basically, just kind of sounds like any other murder mystery if you're really into that sort of thing, which might be a good reason for you to pick it up, but I've heard that it's like much more than that, and it's just really good. And yeah, I'm excited because I typically, like, I'll grab for a murder mystery every now and then. Like, usually it's like a book club pick and then I'll end up enjoying it, but it's not like something that I'm like really prioritizing. But this one got me curious because they were like, no, you need to read this. I don't know. I'm excited. We'll see. That's like very close on the docket. Like I said, I'm reading all of my library books first because I feel bad when I have those for a really long time. Okay, let's keep going. How are you guys doing? Are you okay? Do you want me to shut up? Let me know. I feel like I'm going really, really fast. 12 minutes in. Okay, we're good. Next. This is gonna be my feel-good summer read that I hope I can get into. I don't have a lot of faith, but I'm going to try and get to this because the show just came out. So, is it a show or a movie? Don't know. Well, whatever it is, apparently good reviews. And that's Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I have seen this everywhere. Like, this was a very popular book. Carly Fortune is a really popular romance author. She writes really fun summer reads. I have never read anything by her yet, so this would be my first. Found this in my local bookstore and it was on sale. So love that when I can get some used books that literally look new. Like, this is pretty much a new book, honestly. Seems like it's about friends that always meet up during the summertime at this looks like a lake type of situation, which I love those. Gotta love a good lake summer vibe. I'm really excited, and then I can watch the movie and the show and be that annoying person and say the book was better. But I don't know. I heard the show's really good. We went from light, let's go back to dark. I am shocketh that I haven't even picked this up yet because when I went to buy this book, specifically, I went to the store to buy this book and I was convinced that I was going to start reading it then and there, but I forget what I was reading at the time, or I think maybe my mood just shifted. And that's Blackmouth by Ronald Malfi. Ronald Malfi is a horror author that I really want to get into, and he is just writing away, and we love that. We love when authors are constantly feeling inspired and feeding us, right? I've heard really good things about this one in particular. I could not find it on the Kobo because I was going to read on the Kobo because I was like, but I actually did end up picking up a random book by him on the Kobo just to like get a feel for his writing, and just before I bought this I wanted to see if I was actually gonna like it, and his writing seemed very easy to read, so I was really excited. And I do want to read that other book. I forget, I think it was called something Little Girls or something, which kind of sounds creepy and really gross, but I think that's what it was called, like a haunted house sort of situation. This, on the other hand, gets compared a lot to It by Stephen King, and that is a very, very big thing to be compared to because I love like kids or a group of people, small town situation with like a big monster that's trying to kill them or something. I love that, and I've heard that that's kind of what this is. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to get to this. I really want to get to this soon. Because if I like this, that means that I'm gonna like probably everything else that he's got, and I know that a lot of people love a lot of his other books. So I know that Mike's Book Reviews is always talking about him, and he recently read like his newest book, which I think is called The Hive. So yes, I'm excited, and if you guys want to read this along with me, let me know, and we can pencil that in, all right? I picked this up because I've been waiting for a version that I really want to buy. because I know I was going to buy it. And that's going to be Terry Pratchett's Guards. Can we get a moment? Can we get a moment? Look how freaking cute. I love it. Another local bookstore has a whole shelf of like UK editions. And if you guys know anything about UK editions, I don't know why, but their covers are better. Like, I don't know what's in the air over there with the covers that they're choosing, but they're just better. Sorry, they are. And this one is really freaking cute. And I picked it up and I'm like, yeah, I need this one if I'm going to read this. I really want this version of it. So I cannot wait to read Guards. I actually read Mort, which I have on my shelf. It's like all the way up there. I read it to an extent, AKA it was a book club book that I picked. Everyone else finished it and I didn't get to finish it, but I remember that I was really, really liking it and it was hilarious. So I just had them tell me how it ended, which is cheating. I know, I'm sorry. But I just had a lot of other books that I wanted to get to and I was pretty much almost all the way done with it anyways. So I said, just tell me how it ends. Maybe I'll reread it at some point in my life so I can like actually get the words in my brain of how it ended, because that's not the same experience, especially with Terry Pratchett. He is like one of the funniest writers that I have read before, and his jokes. But I've heard that the characters in this book are just like so hilariously cute. I'm just really excited because I think this book's like all of these guards of this city and they're all just really like dumb and cute and like the worst guards ever, but I think it makes for a good story. Let's get to the very last book, which is my most anticipated read of this year. Are you sure that you're ready? Bum, bum, bum. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Look at this cover. I'm gonna give you a moment to try and guess where it came from. If you guessed the UK, you're correct. This came from that shelf of my local bookstore. Yeah, I just was obsessed with this cover. I said, give it to me right now, Rachel, okay? So I am so excited to read this book. For those who don't know, Rebecca, it's a classic book. A lot of people have used this story as inspiration. I remember that a Taylor Swift song is actually inspired by this book in particular, and that is called, Hello? Give me a moment. Tolerate It. Sorry, it took me a minute. The song Tolerate It by Taylor Swift, I think she was inspired to write that because of Rebecca. But was she just saying that? Because we all know what happened to that relationship. Just saying. But that's what the rumor was, is that she wrote that because she read this book and felt very inspired. And I might be totally wrong about that. That was a reason in itself for me to want to read this, but I have heard a lot of really cool things. And I think that the story of this is like something that I might read and want to write. I have books and stories that are really good, and then you have books and stories that make you want to go straight to the freaking computer and start writing, and I've had a few of those in my life. Basically, this story is about a wife moves into a house with her new husband, I think, and she's getting haunted by the ghost of his dead wife. I'll actually just read this because I feel like that might not be right. Everyone knows that Maxime de Winter was obsessed with his glamorous wife and devastated by her tragic death. So when he proposes to a shy, anxious young woman after a whirlwind meeting in the south of France, no one is more surprised than the new bride herself. But when they reach Manderley, his beautiful, isolated Cornish mansion, the second Mrs. de Winter begins to realize that every inch of her new home and everyone in it still belongs to Rebecca. Hello? That sounds so good. It makes me want to read it right now. I just like that. Like, it belongs to Rebecca gave me chills. Not kidding. I have a little bit of chills. Sorry. That's the stack. I'm thinking that that's probably going to give me until July and August. So, I do have a couple other ones that are like in the maybes if someone ends up like basically bullying me into wanting like to do a buddy read or something. Boy's Life by Robert McCammon. Picked this up at one of my local bookstores because it was a really cool version, obviously, and I knew that I wanted to read this at some point. So I picked this up because I love this version. So vintage. Yeah, basically I know that I want to read this at some point. This year, possibly. So I kind of just wanted to show off that I have it. If somebody wants to read it, maybe they can convince me at some point this year, but I just have some other ones that I want to read before it. I know that I will probably like that. I do really want to fit in another Joe Hill. I really, really do. And Nosferatu is a really famous one. I mean, look at this gruesome, disgusting cover. It makes me want to read it so bad. It's disgusting. Like, ew, why is there bugs with blood? I'm gonna guess it's because it's about the vampire. I'm just now understanding that, actually. That they're mosquitoes, that's bloodsuckers and the vampire. Wow, okay. I am outing myself in this video. So anyways, that is what I have on the list of my TBR. These are all books that are on my list right here. Like this shelf right this way. Everything that I still have to read. Because I just keep on buying, and it's a problem. But that's kind of all that I have for you guys in this particular video. So let me know if you want to read along with me with any of those books. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see the mess that is this channel at Carly's Book Gems. So had a lot of gems the past 3 months, and I am so happy about it. So, you know, sometimes they're dull gems, but that's okay. I'm pretty confident that I don't really read bad books anymore. I just read not as good as the other good book that I would have read. So I already showed you guys my shirt. Sorry, I'm going to show it again. I just love Noah Kahn so much. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in the next time that I finally make the time to sit down and record this video. And I'm just going to apologize for my hair already, okay? I'm sorry. I can't do it all. Wait, one other thing. I need you guys to name this guy. He is my cute, like, I got him at a festival. And he's so cute. He's a little mouse reading in like a clock. And this artist who's local to us, she makes art like this. Like it's like a 3D art. Her art style is very this coded. I need a name for him because he's reading a book and he actually, wait. Okay, now you can see him better. His light. Is he not the cutest thing you ever did see? So what should his name be? He's got glasses. I'm feeling like, is he a Thomas? Is he an Arnold? I don't know. Help me. So in the comments, I need you to please give me a name for my little mouse friend on my bookshelf, and I will be choosing one. And we're gonna say hello to him every single time in the video. It's gonna be a little thing that we do. I don't know what he's reading right now. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and say that he's reading, we're doing a buddy read of East of Eden. That's definitely what he's reading. Oh, wait, maybe he's reading Of Mice and Men. All right, see ya. Bye.